So, still on the cholesterol discussion, I want to talk about this comment from Half Pint saying that the perimenopause made her cholesterol levels go up. And I just wanted to explain why this might happen. So, I am a 52-year-old woman who is postmenopausal. So, I have had no periods for 12 months. I am on hormone replacement therapy. And the reason that we see as females going through the menopause, whether it's the perimenopause or the menopause, a possible rise in cholesterol is because of our drop in estrogen. So our body goes through a massive hormonal change during the perimenopause, menopause time. And estrogen is very important as a protective for our cardiac health. So, estrogen actually protects the cardiac muscles from cholesterol. So, basically, it's like our own inbuilt defense system against anything bad happening to our cardiovascular system. And what happens when we have a drop in estrogen is that that cardiac protection that we would normally get from that hormone goes down, and therefore cholesterol, if we have too much in our system, can then start to build up and fur in our arteries. So when these fats build up in our arteries, they can cause heart attacks, cardiovascular disease, and even stroke. So what can you do to help keep your cholesterol levels down as you go through the menopause? Well, one of the biggest things that we can do is to be very mindful of what we eat. So, in other words, if we are eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of high saturated fat foods, then we are putting ourselves at a high risk of heart disease. If we try to reduce the amount of processed foods that we eat and we eat more whole foods, we eat more oily fish, we eat more whole grains and vegetables, we are going to help our body fight against the changes that are happening inside. And it will also reduce the amount of saturated fats that we are absorbing in our body. And therefore, that will reduce the amount of cholesterol that is circulating in our body. So, women who are menopausal are actually at a higher risk of developing cardiac disease because we do lose that cardiac protection that estrogen has. So, I really think that highlighting this comment was really essential, especially for us women who are mindful of what we're eating. And if you haven't had a blood test done and you are in your perimenopause, menopause stage, I would highly recommend that you make an appointment with your GP and have a little discussion with them to just get some baseline bloods done so you can see where you're at now, so that if anything does change in the future, you have a baseline to work with.